Hi, good evening there. I'm Meteorologist Chita Craft. So this is a live stream, so I can take a little bit more time than what we usually get to take on TV. So there's kind of a big weather setup here, and we are expecting overnight thunderstorms and a really rainy, messy morning commute tomorrow morning. It's just before 9 o'clock tonight, and notice how the National Weather Service did issue a tornado watch for our extreme northern counties. So think of Montgomery County and all areas north of. So even though we are basically dry, everybody is dry right now, the line of thunderstorms, the squall line, is just north of us. So here's Madisonville, Centerville, Franklin, right up through Palestine and Corsicana. This again, right over 45, I-35 and through Waco. We've actually seen hail reports out of Waco this evening of up to grapefruit size. So some serious hail has been reported with on and off even tornado warnings that were areas north of. Now right now you see the cluster of lightning, and that's why these severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect for Franklin, Centerville, Crockett this evening. So here's Madisonville, Bryan, College Station, Huntsville, tapping into a few showers, maybe even a lightning strike or two. But this line eventually is going to be moving southward. It is going to lose some of its steam. So I'm not quite expecting exactly what we're seeing north to see for our northern counties, but I am expecting the chance for some severe weather out of this late this evening, potentially 10, 11, maybe midnight tonight. That's probably the best timeline for some of these thunderstorms. Take a look at the amount of lightning. I wanted to highlight, so this box in red, I put over all the thunderstorms here, and 1,300 lightning strikes in just 10 minutes. So some really intense, severe thunderstorms from Centerville, Crockett, north of Madisonville there. The big picture on our radar, notice the line of thunderstorms. Again, this is that squall line connected with the cold front that will be moving through overnight into early tomorrow morning. I think we'll be offshore around sunrise tomorrow. So we will be monitoring these thunderstorms. What I am expecting to happen though, as they move south, these thunderstorms are going to continue to lose some of their intensity. With that being said, the Storm Prediction Center has from Waco all areas north of, including just now north of Huntsville, under threat level 3. So overnight, we could be looking at an isolated tornado. That's also why that tornado watch was issued. And when that watch was issued, it also says, hey, hail, damaging winds, brief but very heavy downpours are possible, exactly like the thunderstorms that we're tracking. So notice that line is a little further south now to include Huntsville. That threat level of a 2, so on a scale of 1 to 5, all of our counties basically north of I-10 are potentially could see some hail, some very strong winds up to 50 miles per hour. I think we would be looking at more quarter-size hail here locally. But if you live, let's say in Spring, the Woodlands, I would even say areas from Cypress, maybe even Jersey Village, if you can, park your car either inside or under a carport. It'll just, in case we do get those thunderstorms that do produce hail, at least you'll have it covered to limit the chance for any damage. As far as any street flooding, it would have to be a really low-lying area that is flood prone. I think most of the accumulations will be between about 1/2 to 1.5 inches of rain. There could be an isolated spot more than that, but I think that's kind of the overall idea. Now, areas south of I-10, they're still under a threat level of a 1. I just think a lot of these thunderstorms are going to quickly lose their steam, and I'll show you that here with our future track. So this is 1 o'clock in the morning, and when you start to see some of these really deeper reds there on the future track, that's showing some of these thunderstorms that could have the capability to turn severe. So we'll be watching for that first initial line. Once we get into about 4, 5 a.m. tomorrow, take a look at how we're looking at area-wide rain. Now, I don't think this will be severe. In fact, areas south of I-10, yeah, we're tracking rain, some gusty winds, potential power outages. So it's a messy morning commute, but the severe potential is going to be for our northern counties and again, overnight into early tomorrow morning. By about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, most of the rain, it is out of here. This is connected with our cold front. So now you're catching a north wind. Temperatures are in the 60s. And throughout much of the day, you actually have a dry forecast for your Thursday. Notice this is 8:30 in the morning, and that squall line is now off into Louisiana. So by midday, Thursday, tomorrow, you're in the 70s. I think tomorrow afternoon, you're going to be pushing right towards 80 degrees. Overnight into Friday, we stay really, really nice. And then another weak cold front, of course, moves in through the first portion of the day on Saturday. How much rainfall? Well, half to an inch and a half of rain, I think, is a pretty good estimate here. I think when the model's picking up on these higher accumulations, that's just a possibility where either these thunderstorms stall or we see some training where one develops kind of right after another. So as far as the severe weather threats, it is mainly north of Houston. It is north of I-10. And you can almost think of Spring, the Woodlands, and north of. Damaging winds up to about 50 miles per hour. Potential large hail and even that isolated tornado threat. That's why we're under that tornado watch. Right now, even though we are dry everywhere, it doesn't matter if you're north or south right now, you're under cloudy skies, even down towards the coast, Galveston, this evening. You're looking at a mostly dry forecast, at least probably for the next hour or two. And then once that line of thunderstorms moves in for some of our northern counties, that's when we're going to be tracking the potential for those strong to maybe even severe thunderstorms. So we're going to have the latest for you live at 10 o'clock on TV tonight. And anytime we get any of these watches or warnings, we are going to be posting them to all of our social media pages. It's a really good time right now. If you don't have our KHOU 11 app, download it because we can send you push alerts. You can see right on your screen, or if potentially you wake up overnight, you can see some of the latest updates with any warnings that we have. And then by, about 9, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, that rain is out of here and you have a pretty decent Thursday. You can always see the latest at KHOU.com. And if you can, watch us at 10 o'clock tonight.